psychometric assessor from UK, and digital marketing certification from NIE SBD Government of India. I think it will take me a several lifetimes to do whatever he has done, even in terms of qualifications, apart from the work he has done. He is a public speaker and workshop facilitator nationally and internationally. And he has authored a book, Make Your Business Foolproof, available on Amazon. He is also an artist who can play four musical instruments comfortably. I think we should have had him yesterday, and hopefully, we can have him this evening when we are having fun. It'll be good to have you. So I think this is brief. It's utterly impressive. It's a pleasure to have you, sir. And
Thank you.
my plan is to, talk to him about half an hour, 35 minutes, and then hopefully all of you might have, plenty of questions. So we'll try and have about 20 minutes or so of interaction rather than, just a monologue. So hopefully that will work fine. Uh, Sir, if we can get started, uh, you know, uh, cutting right to the point.
Okay.
We are all entrepreneurs here, and we have been evolving through trial and error. Some of them are very high class entrepreneurs, uh, but there are a lot of them like me who make a lot of mistakes. My request to you is, what do you think, where should entrepreneurs be spending their time and attention, how they should be conducting their business?
First of all, good afternoon and nice meeting you all. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Now, at the outset, before answering that question, let me make a submission to you. You need not listen to me and follow anything that I say because of my qualifications or because of the companies I am associated with. But you may take some tips from me, some of my suggestions from the perspective that I have been dealing with entrepreneurs, business owners for the last 40 years very closely. So sometimes I feel that I am destined for business owners from a very young age. Even when I was a junior most, I used to deal with the chairman of the company. Somehow, some soul connection happened. So last 20 years, I've been working with business owners, entrepreneurs from 10 crores to sometimes even 5,000, 10,000 crores. The company, my clients had once touched 100,000 crores turnover. That was, of course, was in international trading. So 1 lakh crore turnover. But COVID literally made them almost half bankrupt today. So all these things happen. I have seen big failures, small failures, big successes. My current one of my clients made a phenomenal growth from 200 crores to 7,000 crores in real estate, mind you. So yesterday he texted me from Mumbai. Phenomenal growth. So I'm not going to speak from books, concepts, ideas, etc. I'm going to tell you what I have learned from my close association, conversations, dealings with the business owners, all kinds of business owners on a day-to-day basis. So if you trust this, if you believe this, please take a couple of my suggestions or proposals. So coming back to this question, where should an entrepreneur, business owner should focus is maximum time and energy. If you get 10 speakers today on this subject, 10 speakers will give you 10 different answers. So I remember this famous quote of Fitzgerald is that the test of a first-rate intelligence lies in your ability to hold two opposing ideas inside your head and still be functional, and still you are able to function normally. So it's a famous quote. The test of a first-rate intelligence is your ability to hold opposing ideas, opposed ideas, and still function normally. So I would say that you, as entrepreneurs, you may attend so many seminars, workshops, and listen to so many people. I know it. There is great benefit in it, and there is also a danger in it. I have seen the dangers of, if you don't have this particular capability, it can lead to a very dangerous situations that you listen to so many speakers and subject matter experts. You pick up words and ideas in piecemeal, then you go back to your organization and try to implement it, and your organization will go for a toss. I can give it in writing and give you this. But if you are able to listen to 100 people, understand everything from the right perspective, and like the honeybee that uses its own enzymes to process the honey that has got a life cycle of just 2 days from the flower, but the honeybee processes that honey using its own enzymes and converts it into a right high shelf life product called honey, which we use, which has got a very long life. The same way, you may pick up these insights but use your own, what I would say, that intellect and your think intelligence. My pet word is, in my book I have written about this. Intelligence is not a great power that can get you a couple of qualifications or some degrees. But think intelligence, your ability to use your intelligence to think correctly, think wisely, think strategically, that is what makes successful entrepreneurs. So, on this note, or this is the context, let me come to the point straight away, because there was a suggestion to me that stick to 3 or 4 points and then let's derive the best out of it. Okay. Now, this question, in a very simplistic way, can be answered this way: one should always focus on one's priorities. Very simple, right? But don't write that. And if you have written it, cross it. Okay. One should always focus on one's own priorities. And mostly, when you look at your list of priorities, you will find that most of these priorities are actually caused by someone else. And most of them are problems. And many of them are activities to be done by somebody else. So, in short, what happens? 20 years back, I discovered this and started sharing with the entrepreneurs, business owners, and senior business managers. But senior business managers, let them do that. But business owners, if you fall into this trap called activity trap, this trap is called activity trap. So if you have this habit, I will should focus on my urgent and important matters. That is quadrant one. Urgent and important matters, that's my priority. And if you make the to-do list in the day, over a period of time, you will find that a kind of a pain comes in your heart that I'm very busy, I'm doing a lot of things, but I'm not getting the kind of productivity, I'm not getting the kind of satisfaction. But I'm doing a lot, busy. And your family members also will tell you that, Papa, you're too busy, darling, you're too busy. Your wife tells you, but you also know that you're busy, but you are not getting the kind of productivity. So it was believed that CEOs should work, the harder working CEOs, those who work 10, 12, 13, 14 hours, they are successful. But now it's not like that. Harvard Business School Dean, Indian Dean, Nitin Noria, who's a son of ex-Crompton Greaves, Noria's son, who went on to become the Dean of Harvard Business School. And globally, the most renowned strategist, Michael Porter. These two people have done a study among CEOs. How do they spend their time? So they tracked entire 24 hours. And they found that American CEOs, on an average, they work close to 10 hours a day, 9.8 or something. And Saturday, Sunday they work approximately 50% of that. So you can take 10 into 5, 50 plus 8 or 9. So 58 to 60 hours in a week, or in a month, you can now calculate. So let's take average 9 hours, 9 into 30. 270 hours you are working. When you look at that, how much of that you are supposed to do, and how much of that somebody else could have done better if you had a good team. So now, point is, this concept you remove, because yes, it's good. You must focus on urgent and important. Whether the urgent and important, is it strategic? The key word is strategic. Now I will give you a perspective so that you get something from this. The Titan that recently imploded, that went to see Titanic. Now, you know that death of three or four people, right? They had the best of the systems inside, but they failed to understand the pressure at that 11,000, 11 miles below. They failed in that, and therefore that vessel imploded and they all died. This is a recent, just 2 months back, right? Now, like this, there are many examples. What it conveys is that one who focuses on the outward is likely to make or likely to be more successful than one who focuses inward. So entrepreneurs and business owners, fundamentally, you have to, now this research says is that, and many other subsequent researches, ideally a business owner, successful business owner should divide their focus into 60% outward and 40% inward. 60% outward means it's all about your future, your growth strategy, your competition, the developments happening in outside, your effectiveness in the marketplace, your productivity with the customer. All these outward things, when you focus, 60% of your time, energy you spend there, automatically you are becoming a strategic thinker. You're becoming, because you're thinking about continuously strategy. Because those things you need to create. And 40% of your time you should spend inwardly. And which are the inward things? Okay. That also you need to have clarity. In the initial stage of business, if you are setting up a business, you are the jack of all trades. You need to do so many things. But this is the initial called launch phase of a business. So you may be very busy in putting a structure, etc. But once you have a structure and shape, three things are the engines of excellence. Once you have a structure and organization, product excellence or service excellence, if you're in service industry. Basically, there are three kinds of industries: product industry, service industry, and experience industry, right? So predominantly businesses are around that, but even if you have got a product, there is an associated experience and also associated service in that. That's called the PSC thing, PSC factor in business. So product excellence is number one. Number two is your operational excellence, also called the value chain excellence. That from start to the end delivery experience of the customer, how you're adding value to the customer, the value chain. The effectiveness of this, efficiency of this, effectiveness of this, productivity of this value chain. Third is marketing excellence. And the moment one uses the word marketing with branding, etc., comes to our mind. No, marketing is a broad term comprising of many things like personal selling, advertising, digital marketing, sales promotion, public relations, etc. So it's a big area. Marketing excellence. Now, specifically focusing on you, let me give you an answer. I think 95% of you, or 99% of you own sales organization. You all own sales organization. Okay. So you're not manufacturing any product, you are not developing any product, you are not creating any product. But still under product excellence, it is absolutely imperative for you to select the right product, to tie up with the right OEMs, to collaborate with the right products and services. So that's part of product excellence. Now your operational excellence, that how things are delivered. I'm not getting into that. And third is your sales excellence. So internally, outward, when I talk about it, 40% of your time. So how the CEOs spend their time? They spend 25% of their time, this I'm talking about, on strategies, and 15 to 20% of their time further they spend on people and culture. People and culture. What kind of people you have, what sort of a team you have, what's the culture you are creating. Whether you have a high performance culture or a medium performance culture, a low performance culture. So all these top CEOs or top business owners, they have created a top team of 3 to 4 people, 3 people who are their crack team. who constitute the crack team. This is the success of Mukesh Ambani. This is the success of Billy Sangvi. This is the success of Madhukar Parekh Pidlite. I have seen all these things closely. This is the success of a small company where I have in Kochi, or where I have in Ahmedabad, or in Delhi, or in Calcutta. A small company who is into pharmaceutical. It's the same principle. It could be maybe one of your cousins or family member or a hired person who has been working with. You have two or three core team, crack team. So, in short, I know you know that I may continue like the training program. No, I don't want to. I'll give a very focused answer. So, 40% of your time inward. Within that inward focus, you should focus on product excellence, operational excellence, and marketing excellence on a platform of high performance culture and technology adoption. You need technology for transacting the business. And outwardly, as I've already told you, it's about your growth strategies. So 60% of your time you should spend on your growth strategy. I think I have answered this in a rather comprehensive manner.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
And that actually leads me to my next question to you.
Yeah,
Uh, because as you were saying things that this is what we should be doing, for example, marketing excellence and so on. Uh, Mr. George, it's quite lonely at the top.
right.
Our OEMs do a lot of training for our teams, sales training, technical training, and so on. But when I talk to you and when you answer my first question, the thought in my mind is that mm, probably I need to learn a lot. I want to know what are the learning needs of entrepreneurs. What do we need to learn? Or do we need to learn? I would like to have your insight on that.
Oh, that's again a very, very, very deep, I can say, loaded, impregnated question. What are the learning needs of? Okay, now you this concept of learning organization came roughly 30, 40 years back because this behavioral scientists, they started studying uh, these long living animals and how long living animals, uh, what was the strategy and how they have learned to survive long. So they observed the birds and various animals, and it was proven. In fact, the two breeds of birds and phenomenal study. To cut the long story short, I'll say all these animals have developed a very strong learning strategy. Mother teaches. You must have seen this. How a lion teaches the cubs, and how tigress teaches the cubs to. They have a very strong teaching learning system. I mean, teaching learning system, coaching learning system. So then they studied organizations like Saint Gobain, 360 years, DuPont, 230 years roughly, and Tata and various organizations, long living organizations. So DuPont, for example, started as a gunpowder manufacturing company. Okay, but after World War, they stopped gunpowder manufacturing. Today there is a DuPont in everyone's body. There's a DuPont product on or each one of the body. This is DuPont. This button is DuPont. The turtle is DuPont. So there's DuPont in this air conditioner. There's DuPont. So DuPont every 20th year studied, learned something new. They were continuously learning and they're reinventing and relaunching. So then they came with this theory of the learning organization. Okay, so organizations have to develop this habit of uh, active learning in terms of learning new things and also learning from mistakes, learning from failures, double loop learning. So they need to develop this habit of learning. Now, in an organization, for example, typically like your kind of organizations, micro, small, medium organizations, the only permanent figure there is owner, business owner. All the other people are transient. People can come and go. So there is something called who holds the learning. One bird learned, she held that learning, and she came to the nest and taught other birds, and other birds then taught other birds. But one bird was holding, one animal was holding that learning. Who holds the learning in the organization? The entrepreneur. Nobody else. The business owner holds the learning. Even new people come, you'll say, you should know our history of our company. We started like this, so and so client, we dealt like this. We say, give the stories to the new people always. Induction, we call it. But the real learning is with the entrepreneur. So you need to therefore get into what happens is that most entrepreneurs are passively learning. Passively, they're learning every day something from their experience, called experiential learning. You have to get into active learning. Okay. If I have to sum it up, number one, what you need to learn about is strategic thinking. How to think strategically. For example, I'll just give one example, then you'll understand that. All businesses all over the world can grow only in four ways. All businesses all over the world can grow only in four ways, generically, fundamentally. Existing products to existing customers, existing products to new customers. New products to existing customers, new products to new customers. That's called diversification. So market penetration, market development, product development, diversification. These are the four generic strategies for growth. Whether it's Reliance, whether it's Microsoft, whether it's Intel, Toyota, or whether it is Satcom, or whether it is a Biren Bai's company. Okay. So here starts your chapter one, your lesson one. These are the four strategies I have. Okay. Now there are so many strategies, existing products to existing customers, existing products to new customers. When you think like this, you will find the depth of strategies. Because strategic thinking is all the more important because you are not all alone. In business, you are continuously playing against somebody. There is a competition. So first is strategic thinking, and that itself is a vast area. When I coach some of the young entrepreneurs, they will say, "Sir, strategy I know." Then I get in lesson one, two, three, four. Then, oh my God, we never thought about this. Mind blowing. Michael Porter model. Five forces are affecting my. So I tell entrepreneurs, get up in the morning and think only about Michael Porter model. Every day you should think. I tell entrepreneurs in Mumbai, Kachi Gujarati is 50, 60 years old. I tell them, Bhaiya, सुबह उठ के आप Michael Porter का which are the new entrants coming in your segment today? What are the games played by your competition today? Which products can substitute with existing products? Overnight, your CD drive, compact disc can be replaced by pen drive, can be replaced by this one card, and card can be replaced by cloud. All these things happen just like this. Your cassette was replaced by a CD in no time. So overnight, your petrol car can be or diesel car can be replaced by the electric car. So things are happening. So every day you get up in the morning and think about new entrants coming. Which substitute is going to substitute my product? What is happening? Bargaining power of my vendors. People who are supplying to me, they are continuously bargaining with me to reduce my margin. So many friends of mine in distribution business, not in your industry, other industry, they shut the shop because the moment the turnover goes, the CEO from Bombay comes, sits in a five-star hotel and say that this year onwards we can give only 2%. Sir, you are giving me 3% and you are making it 2%. How do I pay the salary? Every month I pay increment. I give increment to my staff. How will I survive? No, no, no. This is otherwise we get somebody else at 2%. A friend of mine shut the shop. He was supplying to Cadbury, 125 staff, even bankrupt. He started with 6%. It came to 2.5%. So every day you get up in the morning, what my suppliers are doing to me. So your 60% focus externally, then you will think of strategies for your survival. So you will come out with counter strategies. You will have channel 2, channel 3, etc. So that is my strategy thinking. Next is business leadership. Business leadership, how to manage people. People, you are dealing with people. You can see, go to organizations. It's just in the morning, I was seeing managing director of a company firing the HR manager in a group. The voice message I was listening, I was feeling very bad. I wanted to tell him, please don't do all that in the group. Do it privately. But that MD of that company is too egoistic. I cannot tell him more. So when I meet him personally, I will tell him. That lady yesterday was telling me, lady HR manager, sir, please save me from me. Sir, please save me from here. Please, sir. I said, please, we will be a solution. So, business leadership, how to manage people, how to get the best productivity out of people. So, the opposite, when I say on one hand, one has got an X style, like highly task dominant style, like this, continuously demanding things from people and frustrating people. On the other hand, some people are highly lenient, highly caring, highly loving type. That is equally bad, the Y style. So what kind of a business leadership style you have to have? The XY balance, task versus relationship. So business leadership, business structuring, business policy making, business SOP making, business dashboard, managing your organization with a dashboard. You don't have to work for 12 hours, 14 hours if you have the best dashboards, best reports to know what's happening in the company. So put system processes in place. 99% of your things inside are repetitive. 99% of the things inside one is established repetitive. But what is that 1% difference? Is that you need to continuously strengthen it, sharpen it, improve it. So that is where also you need to focus. So in short, if I have to tell that, just two areas, other things are all soft skills. One is strategic thinking skills, that includes analytical skills, etc., and business leadership skills. How to manage people, how to build teams, how to carry people with you, how to get the best out of your people. Then comes your soft skills, but which for an entrepreneur, I don't think that except negotiation skills or relationship building skills, yeah, these kinds of skills are okay. Communication, presentation skills, entrepreneurs, if you have that, that's very good. But your customer doesn't expect that from you. You know, if you have it, it's good. So communication skills, everybody has to have. Articulation skills. But I have seen some of the worst people who can't articulate are doing thousands or thousands crores of business. Who are very shy, they do thousands crores of business. So that doesn't matter, provided you have a good team. But business leadership, how to carry people with you, how to create the right culture, how to put system processes in place, and strategic thinking skills are, these are the two top priorities for every entrepreneur. It's a vast area, but
I know.
top priority.
Yep. Thank you so much. I think uh, one thing leads to the other. I get your point. That yes, we have to focus on the strategies,
Right.
and you also given us that the four ways that we can start
The
thinking
more generic strategy.
and come up. Uh, we, most of us are not very large organizations, so there is a continuous challenge of resources, particularly in our industry. The demand supply gaps also throw that challenge. I mean, it's a continuous thing. Personally, if I'm in my organization, I'm spending some time, so I'm every day spending some time on recruitment, for example, or looking up for people. So in this scenario, maybe these are two questions or combined. How do we meet this challenge of resources better? Because without that, again, the strategy has to be executed.
Right.
You are right. The first that we have to get the right strategy in place. But often we have said that after having right strategy also, we haven't done anything because we have not executed well. So how do we do this? If you can throw a little bit of light
Yeah,
on that.
that's correct. Strategy, unless followed by effective execution, is just a story. Even Ramcharan says it's trash. You can trash because it's just an idea. So strategy must be definitely executed. Okay. Uh, Let me share my understanding of various organizations. When you look at organizations from uh, people's angle, you will find predominantly three categories of people. People who are thinkers, planners, strategists. Then people who are part thinkers, part doers. And their vast majority just doers. I call them dad employees, do as directed employees. Whatever boss tells, they do it. It's across all organizations. It's good. In fact, that's how organization should be. If you have got all thinkers, then you won't have executors. Now, these thinkers and planners you need at the top along with you. Your ideas, you bounce with them. You conduct brainstorming sessions with them. They add value to your decisions and your thought processes. They share information about competitions and other developments, what's happening. They share a lot of things with you. So you need to have two or three classical good thinkers with diverse skills, but predominantly they are thinkers. They are creative people. They are good creative minds. They can give you ideas. they can be at your level. So you need to have. Now, this 2, 3 thinkers, you must pay the price and retain them. Please. This is a secret of success of top entrepreneurs and top companies. You look at Reliance, Mukesh Ambani's success versus Anil Ambani's success, failures. I've studied very deeply because I know closely Anil Ambani's companies I have associated with for close to 1.5 years. There's a huge difference. Anil Ambani could not build a team at the top, whereas Mukesh could hold 3, 4 key people with him. Their names are all quite famous. Dilip Sanghvi, the same. Half of Dilip Sanghvi is one among the top 5 richest Indians. Is Valia, his brother-in-law. But Valia has got a completely different brain, which is numerical, financial, where Dilip Sanghvi is poor. He is more on marketing side. So what am I saying is that you need to have these 3, 4 thinkers. You must retain them, pay the price. Now the middle managers. These days it's very difficult to get the middle level people. When I say thinker, doer, middle managers. Okay. What worked in the 90s and early 2000s or 80s won't work today. I've realized it. So what advice I give to companies, because in fact I'm currently doing it. I call it talent farming. Earlier I used to say human farming, but talent farming. Talent farming is you pick up brilliant minds from business schools or colleges, from various institutions. People high on potential and high on attitude, positive attitude, high on positivity, high on potential. But you need to invest on them. So these thinkers, the seniors, you need to use them as mentors. Currently, a company known to me, I am guiding the mentors. 25 senior managers, big company, 25 senior managers are mentoring. Absolute freshers, 50 of them they have selected because there are no talents. Out of this 50, from my experience, I would say that first year you will get around 25 people will be with you. Other people will leave and go. But it's in a company called in Ahmedabad also the same thing I have seen. But 3 to 4 years you will have solid 8 to 10 people with you. Many small enterprises you don't have this patience or you find this is risky, this is time consuming, etc. Please, if you have got perfect systems and process, you need intelligent people to execute things. When you don't have perfect systems and processes, you want everyone to think and you fire the person. अरे अक्कल यूज करना चाहिए यार तू आके मेरे को पूछता दिस आर languages you use and we keep telling them अक्कल यूज करना चाहिए तू सोचना चाहिए था नहीं they are not there to soch. They will do as director. So do as directed means you have to perfect systems and processes. There is a company in that company 60% attrition, but MD is not bothered because day one very good induction, day two onwards you opens the PC. In the PC, click here, your job starts, and within a week's time people are competent. And all the employees in that company they tell me, sir, here though it's all self-driven. We don't have to think. We only have so you have to put system processes that can be run by intelligent people. Intelligent people with a positive attitude. So when you select people, select for attitude and aptitude, and have this talent farming. Take youngsters, invest little time energy on them, develop them. You will get 1:3 basis. Three, if you take one, will stick with you. But that's a big discovery. That person is yours. You develop that person, hold that person with you. I am doing this with so many clients, and I'm very happy. Wherever they have doubt, they have told me, no, 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 we don't want to. I said, okay, let them report to me. I will mentor them. I am doing currently. I am mentoring in one organization. I said 1 month. Don't worry. I let her report to me, but I will show you. She is doing a brilliant job. 3 days only. They are very happy with her now. Now they are asking, can we take a full time? I said, wait for 30 days. Let her be totally developed. So you are not going to get well-trained, experienced people with proven track record. That's an old story. You have to develop this talent farming, human farming, talent farming. The company in Ahmedabad, they did this 50 people they invested in 2005, 2010. They had 10 country managers. And I picked up this word from that entrepreneur, talent farming. And I'm using it today everywhere. So invest on, but these two parameters, you are taking people who have high GQ, general intelligence, ability to understand perfectly what you are telling, right? Have numerical skills, fundamental numerical skills, computers proficient, and then they have an attitude to listen to you and execute what you do. So these kind of things you need to test in the selection process. There are psychometric tests for that. People who are high on in psychometry, it's called conscientiousness. People who are high on conscientiousness, in general, they are very good employees. People who are not conscient, they are not high on consent, they are become entrepreneurs. And people like me, people with an independent mind, I want highly independent. They need a lot of independence. So they become entrepreneurs. They become self-employed professionals. People who are high on conscientious, they become very good employees. These are all psychology. Yes, sir. So that's the answer for that. You need to invest on fresh people. You need to put system processes in place which are self-driven that will make people, enable people to work within the system processes. You should have foolproof SOPs. One of the companies where I am currently on the SOP project, before taking the project, they had 65 SOPs. It's coming to 350 SOPs now. Not even a single area. How to conduct meetings in the company. That itself is now 25 SOPs. How to conduct meetings in the company. Who will write the minutes of the meeting? How to start the next meeting? Who will follow up the action plan? So all these things you have made SOPs. Then you don't have to waste your time. तू सोचना चाहिए था. तेरे को अक्ल नहीं है क्या? कहाँ से आया? कौन सी कंपनी से आया? तुम्हारा पुराना कंपनी में ऐसा काम किया था. These kinds of nonsense we talk to them. He said, बेटा ये SOP है. ये पूरा बैठ के पढ़ के आ जाओ. इस हिसाब से, अरे सर, now I am very very clear that there should be an agenda. We should conduct the meetings like this. We should have accountability. We should have deadline, what to do, what not to do. There should be a clear decision. And the next meet, and then somebody has to follow this. It should be shared to everyone within 12 hours. The minutes of the meeting should be shared within 12 hours. And someone has to follow up actions. And next meeting, when we start, we should start with the minutes of the previous meeting. What was the rate of progress? That's it. So like this, you can create SOPs everywhere. Then you need, as I said, intelligent people with a positive attitude. That's it.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. I would now, instead of me asking, I would like my friends here to, ask about how much time do we have?
We have
So
time. We
we
have
can,
time. Actually, I'm
10
not
minutes there.
closing. Yeah.
So we have 10 minutes, one at a time. Please, somebody help Mr. Jagan with a mic and we can have questions. In the meantime, I'm here.
Mike is coming. Mike is coming. In the meantime, take after.
How do I call you, Jimmy or George?
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Jimmy, whatever your spoken examples looks like many large organizations. So could you connect us with where we stand here today? Because
Okay.
these kind of things to do, thanks to GST, I had to increase 3 people. Like, so the investments are going on the wrong side. So with the, as you rightly said, shrinking margins,
Right.
resources crunch,
Right.
and also how do you want to handle for smaller organizations?
Okay. The last organization I have signed up is in distribution business, multi-brand distribution. And they have been making losses for the last 3 years. The owner of the company, he has got other businesses, he's putting money in that. But there are 30 people in that organization. And he's asking me, Jimmy, I am thinking about closing this down. But when I look at the faces of these people, they have been working with me for a very long time. I really don't know what to do. Okay. I said, okay. I like that man because a gentleman who is quite qualified, old, slightly 70 years old. But I said, okay, you don't have to have this depressing feelings towards the fag end of your life. That at the age of 70, I'm 72, I'm closing down a company. I said, okay, we'll revive this company. Okay, sir, this is the current story. No, that's a sales. Any distribution business fundamentally is a sales organization. Sales organization. The sales organization primarily they have 4 functions: sales, operations, that's value chain, inward, outward. third, finance and accounts, taxation, all that audit, everything comes in that. Finance and accounts predominantly. And HR and admin to the extent of recruiting people, conducting a little bit of training, and doing the administration job. These are the four functions predominantly what they have, right? When you do a diagnosis, you will find that the sales people have been working without a perfect selling process and selling strategy. First diagnosis. They don't know what is prospecting, they don't know what is targeting, they don't know what is negotiation, they don't know what is presentation, they don't know what is closure. They don't know how many calls they should make, they don't know the concept of pipeline. They don't know how to manage a pipeline. They don't know the different strategies of selling, consultative selling, idea selling, Reka selling. There are different models in selling. Which model I should apply in my industry? They are working without any direction. Okay. So first I said, let me give a direction to these people. I put 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you imagine the COO? There is a person who is the highest number one there, whom this person is paying 1.5 lakhs rupees per month, and he is the head. He came with an admin background, therefore he doesn't know sales much. He came with an administration background. He was in Larsen and Toubro, but administration background. So I gave him all these things. He was so excited. He said, Mr. George, I was not knowing all these things. He called the OEMs, they call principals, all top companies in India, companies like 3M and big companies. Please come and Mr. George's model train our people. And they responded within 24 hours. Yesterday, one training happened. Parallelly, I'm putting the selling processes in place. This month, they are doing 25% more than July sales in August. Pakka orders already they have received. The sales managers and team are totally motivated. There, I put this talent farming because they don't have talents. I put from a top business school a lady to put all the HR and admin processes in place. 24/7, she's working, she's giving me update. So this is what I'm doing one by one. So entire organization is energized. The general manager accounts, finance and accounts left, gave the resignation last week. So they revealed to me 2 days back, Mr. So-and-so is leaving, what to do? We are trying to retaining by giving him 2 days off and he wants, I said, all bullshit. There are talents, let him go. I send a CV for general manager, finance and accounts immediately. Interview this person, take. Let's have new thinking, fresh blood. Because there were two financial misappropriation happening in the company by the accountant. One to the tune of 12 lakhs, the other one stole 6 lakhs. Police case is going on. I said, no, let's get new people. So what is happening? This is one example I'm giving you. Typical distribution business, what is to be done? Small organization. Okay. My advantage is that I can do that on Monday and Tuesday I can do with maybe 1,000 crore conglomerate, a different thing. But they don't have this transformation. There may be one need, one area. Whereas small organizations, that's where I said whole system transformation. I'm coaching the CEO. I'm coaching the person. I told the managing director, a 72-year-old person, please come every Monday and sit with me for 2 hours. So I gave him 3 options to grow. He's totally excited. I said, how do you change organization? You try to shorten the line. Don't touch the line, means existing people, existing culture. You make the line shorter by drawing a longer line above that. Many people, they try to touch the line, existing thing. Don't do that. Do those small changes, but draw a longer line so that the shorter line looks short. So you come out with new parallel strategies to take and this organization to go. You can understand from my sound, my tone. A sick organization within 6 months, they will make profit. And they may even offer me, can you come here full time? That offer I often I get, but I had to refuse it. Yeah,
Thanks.
so this is possible. That's called whole system transformation. If you call an HR person, for example, your experience with the typical consult. If you call an HR person, he'll put a recruitment process in place. You put a payroll process in place. You put attendance system in place, and you're going to get transformation. If you got a sales guy, you will do sales training. The whole system transformation specialist, someone like me, I have a CEO's view of the business. I diagnose the everything, full system, like a living system. So, sir, don't worry about that. If you want, I can give one more example. father and two sons. There are plenty of examples. Yeah, we need to move on.
So, Jagan, he's here because he likes talking to our kind of people too. It's not only for mega size organization. We are running out of time, but can we take one last question from one?
It's not right. Vinod is sitting just right to you. Vinod was not very big when I met him.
So, we'll just have one last question.
Amarnath Shetty here. Good listening and thanks for your inputs. Recently, we had one session from one of the companies from 100 crores to 700 crores he achieved. And he said he has a MD office task force. He has a task force in the MD office, around 10 to 12 people, ISCs or whoever it is, just managing and seeing whether all the people are doing the task.
Correct.
And giving them the task, implementing it.
Right.
Will it help for us, or can it be replicated in other companies also?
Okay. Now, in a very big company, this is a typical model of a conglomerate. So you will have MD's office, and there are this task force or assigned people, and they keep following up. But in small companies, that may not be the ideal thing. You can have an executive assistant to the MD who does the follow-up things. But that way, if you manage, you lose connection with people. You don't build teams. People feel they are but just used. So you don't create a good culture there. In a small company, you need to carry people with you, build teams. You need to create a family culture, camaraderie. At the same time, not compromising with the results. So what you said, I know such companies. I can name 2 companies straight away, working that way. But that one company is 20,000 crores. Okay, with global this one, they can work only that there's something called MD's office, all MBAs, IIT, IIM guys are sitting. Their job is this continuous follow-up. But your companies, the first example which I gave, that works. A team-oriented approach. Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
yes, Ashok has been signaling hard, so we need to, and I understand we
Done.
have next sessions.
Done.
So thank you very much, everyone, for your patient hearing. Thank you so much, Mr. George, for these insights. For the new management committee, an idea to consider, I have requested Mr. George. In fact, I talked to him the day, we had the webinar, that he generally does one-on-one consulting. But I said that it will be a good idea if you do a one-day workshop, for people like us, where several of us, whoever is interested, may participate. So we get deeper insights than what 1 hour can give us. We carry back some ideas, and hopefully, we start transforming our organizations. Not online. No, not online.
We'll have a workshop, one-day workshop.
Yeah. So thank you very much again. Once wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So we request Mr. Jagan to come on stage and along with Biren Bhai to facilitate.
Dr. Jagan. Yeah. Yes, he's just
2 weeks ago.
successfully completed his doctorate.
Congratulations. So, bless all of us to help us to grow. Thank you.
I am there.
It's not me alone, entire team. Thankful to you.
That's my pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So before we break for lunch, a couple of announcements. I'd like to give the mic to Zakir, who will introduce the new MC team. Yeah.
Well, actually, I forgot few names yesterday, so Ashok just reminded me. So I'll call all of them since it's a 15th year. We all need to know. A lot of us at the first MC committee. Yeah. So I'll start even if they are not there. I'll just. So chairman was Rajesh Kothari. He's not been able to make it. Vice chairman was Prabhakar Kini, who has left in the morning. President was Devesh Agarwal. And then we had Vice President Vipul Datta. He is not able to come make it. Secretary was Harvinder Salwan. Treasurer was Dhyanesh Kulkarni. Joint Secretary Ashish Shah, Joint Treasurer Ashish Shah, yeah. He's working. RS West was Biren Shah. By South, RS South was yes, left Chennai. North RS was Nitin Agarwal. Nitin, and RS East was Hemant Chabria. Okay.
Yeah. So as Ashish is walking, by the way, the person who told me, because I was in Ahmedabad, you are the regional secretary west of this new organization called ISODA, was Ashish. He was gave me a call. And so it's a long journey. 15 years. I'm glad we have celebrated. On behalf of all of us, what I can say is that uh, there has been huge amount of changes. Our industry is like that. Uh, and we have had ups and downs. We have had crisis, but we had a fantastic last year. And I think we have a fantastic new management committee. I'm sure we will take some insights from Mr. George, how to transform ISODA and take us all to a different level. But guys, everyone has to work for the organization. It is not just a management committee. This is something you must. A lot of times people ask what is the value being delivered. I think there is a lot of value being delivered, but we should also know how to derive value from an organization. There is so much wealth available, and whenever I ask somebody, people are answering questions freely. Nobody is trying to hold anything. So knowledge sharing is very much available. There are so many successful entrepreneurs standing right here, right now with me too. So it is up to us to derive benefits, and let us try and grow the community. We don't know how exciting the next 15 years would be, but I'm sure it will be even better.
One more initiator was also Amarnath. Amarnath, come over.
Anyone else would like to share something?
Okay. No, so just to add to what Biren Bhai is saying, the organization has grown. We have seen a lot of changes. The committees, everybody got come with a new mindset, and many have implemented a lot of good things. But it can be successful only like what Jagan is mentioning. There has to be voluntary involvement by each and every one of us. We struggle every year to get a regional secretary for a particular geography. Please, we need people to voluntarily come and give time to ISODA. And what the reason why we set up some policies or rules that to become at a national level, you need to first become a regional secretary, because you need to start giving time to the community, start seeing how ISODA as an organization works, how it has grown, and then slowly come to the national level. Uh, and it's a long journey. So we need people from each and every geography, every new person that comes in. After 12 months, as per the policy, more than welcome to join an RS role and then grow to a national role. That's my ask.
Ashish, thanks for getting on that. So I was the first 10 members who paid the fees for the ISODA, and that time, yeah, yeah, and initially we were called as the founder members. Then it has been removed actually. So initially I was also one of the founder members which has been called, and the first 10 members to be enrolled in ISODA. And I attended all the meetings of ISODA in the first year, and did all the work of talking to various government agencies or press and everything. Thanks.
For those of you who don't know, I was the first treasurer for ISODA. I was a joint treasurer along with Devesh. Devesh was missing in disguise. Dhyanesh. Uh, so, so our ISODA tally started with me. We will correct everything and take the FD to 5 crores.
So we have a lunch for exactly 30 minutes. We gather here again at 1:45. Before that, just ensure that you visited all these stalls. We have a lucky draw, three lucky draws for 2,500 each Amazon vouchers. Plus, we have other exciting prizes. So please come back on time. So people who are coming back on time will again get a chance to get ₹1,000 voucher based on the new set of questions. Yeah, just keep it with you right now. Keep it with you.
One missing thing in this is there's no place to keep.